Trailers ahoy, Mason. We've got Fast X and Kong, Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire.
What do you want to do first?
Let's do Fast X.
Okay.
So we got a new trailer. They got Jason Momoa wants to blow up the Vatican or something.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's having a good.
That's just a tiny part of his full scheme.
No, I think that's the end.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Like, aside from everybody, like a bunch of people getting hurt, I mean, the Vatican could go.
what about all the treasures, James?
The stuff that they stole?
The ill-gotten gains. Yes,
all the ill-gotten gains,
Yeah,
the things that like, and the things that they've built off the back of like, you know, like poor people and all that.
Yeah, all that stuff, yeah.
And the entire Vatican is like built on top of like a pagan like church. From,
all
like,
that. Yeah.
What about all that?
What about all that?
It's fine.
It is fine.
I've been to the Vatican. It's pretty good, I guess.
I've also been to the Vatican.
If you want to see a bunch of shit. So, you know.
I did.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Successful day.
That's what I'm saying. I actually went under the Vatican, like to
Wow.
where all the old pagan stuff is.
Huh.
They let me in.
Did
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Did they just?
I said, let me in.
Huh.
And I said, all right. Anyway, so it's funny because John Cena's in this, and I just thought of this. So he goes from John Cena to John Cena, and I wonder what pipeline, how he got on that pipeline.
That's something I said earlier, but I without my delightful context, it's not as good as it could have been, I think. I think
I've written it here. So either you said it and I wrote it down and I said it here, or it's just something I wrote like probably ages ago.
Ages ago. How far back you reckon?
You can't tell with Google Docs. So, you know.
I think you can.
Nah, maybe not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I could probably Control Z back, but who's got the time to figure that out? Anyway, what do you think about that? How he's just playing John Cena now.
Yeah, it's good, I think. I think that's great.
It's a good observation of mine.
No, James.
But he is just, you did say that.
Yeah, he's just turned into like, he's just gone from like this vengeful character in the previous, but now he's just like high-fiving Dom's
Children
kid and whatever and being like, well, hey, I mean, I say that based on one scene, but my favorite.
I mean, Statham saved a baby.
That's true.
Remember that time?
Probably to make up for all the babies he killed in that hospital.
In the hospital, yeah.
But I mean, the other thing that I picked up on is there's a moment where
I probably got a note on this. It's where Han shows up to Jason Statham's hideout, and he's looking very sheepish.
He's looking quite sheepish. That's a good observation you thought of. I'm turning it back on you. I'm just hoping I'll do that and you'll not like it all of a sudden.
Yeah. But no, yeah, you're right. It's
Hobbs, Shaw. Hello, Shaw.
Is he scared? Is he feeling guilty?
It's just an odd reaction to put in the trailer, I thought.
Because he wasn't really. Is he feeling like guilty because he wasn't in that car?
Yeah.
That exploded.
Sorry, you wasted explosives.
Because that kicked off a couple movies, didn't it? Or
That's
something
true.
from that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Jason Statham went on that journey.
Yeah.
So for Caravan of Garbage, we're covering 4 of the Fast movies. We already covered the first 3, so we're going 4 to 7.
That's right.
We're working our way through them at the moment. I don't know, man. These have definitely lost something.
See, I feel you've had a lot of enthusiasm up until this last trailer, and then before we started recording, you were like, "Oh, I don't know, man."
I mean, I don't know. Like they're clearly like very particularly like manicured vanity projects.
Sure.
And whereas before there was like a slickness and a funness to them.
Right.
That
is this because you've just watched 5?
I just watched 5, and it's amazing. And I don't know. I mean, I hope it's good because who wants to see a bad? I would also love it to be like terribly like fun and interesting. Like and I feel like the last few movies haven't even been that. They just feel.
You know what I enjoy about this? In the previous trailer, if you recall, there was a moment where Dom's in his magic car. And it gets shot with 2 harpoons from helicopters, and then he drives off a freeway overpass, and the helicopters crash together. There's a scene at the end of this trailer where he's in his same magic car, and 2 fuel trucks are driving at him from opposite directions, and he just dives out of the way, and he GoldenEye rappels down the side of a dam in his magic car. And is it just him escaping death in this very specific way the entire movie?
In his magic car.
I like the idea that perhaps there's a certain point in this movie where after which he just doesn't get out of the car. He's just in the car for the remainder of the movie. And there's scenes like where they're all together. Maybe
they're at a barbecue.
Yeah, and he's still in the car.
He's on the tongs on the bar with his arm out the window.
they're in an underground garage discussing their strategy, and they're all sitting around, and he's just still in the car.
Yeah, it's like Howard Hughes not leaving his like hotel or whatever.
Yes,
but it's him in his magic car.
Oh my God,
that's great stuff. They also announced the director of the final movie in this particular saga.
Is it Vin Diesel?
No, Mason. It's Louis Leterrier who directed this one.
And the Transporter movies.
And some of the Transporter movies, probably not the reboot at the very least. I think I think he's a good choice for these movies, but I don't know who controls these movies really at this point.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel and studio
and those
notes.
bloody money men.
That's right, but I'm excited for more Fast and Furious, and I'm currently working my way through Fast and Furious Crossroads so we can play it.
Great, I love
that. For Never Go Back on Big Sandwich Mason.
Mia cops an elbow to the head in this trailer.
That's awesome.
Pretty brutal.
Isn't that awesome?
No, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Nah.
You told me it was awesome. That was one of my notes that you said before the show. I guess you got me though, didn't you?
That's true, I did.
You son of a bitch. Anything else on this one, or do you want to move on to?
Let's move on. I think
Kong X Skull Island.
Yes, 3
or whatever we're at. What are we at with this? So this is just a teaser because they're still in the early days of making this. But this epic new film will delve further into this is just me saying it.
Oh yeah,
delve into the histories of these titans.
Just off the top of the dome. Just what you reckon?
This is what I reckon. Their origins and the mysteries of Skull Island and beyond, but while uncovering the mythic battle that helped forge these extraordinary beings and tied them to humankind forever. So that's cool. I mean, they say forever, but there's only one King Kong left.
Seems that way.
So when he goes...
Unless there's more, because there's this new guy, clearly. So in the teaser...
Oh, wait, is this a new King Kong? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, so in the trailer...
Yeah.
It's some sort of orangutan...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's an orangutan. You should watch it again. It's like 2 seconds long.
I'm busy, Mason.
Okay. All right, well, that's an orangutan, clearly.
Is it?
I'm assuming he's giant. He's got the glowing Godzilla eyes.
Okay.
He's got the... and then it sort of pans, and there's like all these dead kaiju, and then there's the skulls of Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah, so I saw, yeah.
Yeah, okay, you did see that.
Yeah, man.
So this seems to be... Is this guy another refugee from Skull Island?
Is he actually teeny tiny?
That's a great question. Maybe that's the key here. Maybe the giant kaiju were not enough to defeat Godzilla and Kong.
I've clicked on one of those trailers that's not a real trailer. You click on a thing and you're like... Oh.
No, I always click the correct thing. So.
Oh, yeah, he's got a long arm. He's got a big long arm.
He does have a big long arm, yes.
So what does that mean?
I don't know, James.
It's just good.
I had to look quickly to see if...
There's a big long arm one?
No, I did. I had to look quickly to see if... the planet, the Legendary is now being distributed by somebody else because they were having they were going to have a break from Warner Brothers because they had a real tiff over distribution and stuff like that. And I was
because they took their movie and just put it onto streaming.
Yes, exactly. One, So I was wondering if maybe this would be a Planet of the Apes crossover somehow.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I mean that was just my first instinct.
Tiny apes versus big ape.
But Legendary is still being distributed through Warner Brothers, so it isn't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. It's got Dan Stevens, Rebecca Hall, Brian.
Dan Stevens, that's good.
I know, Brian Tyree Henry. Was he in the last one? Some kind of podcasting weirdo or something?
He was a podcasting weirdo, that's right.
Where's Carl Chandler? Where's Carl Chandler, Mason?
That's a great question, James. I don't know.
Where's Carl Chandler?
He's probably riding high off he's in his mansion, riding high off the cash of Godzilla v. Kong or whatever.
That's true.
The last one was. If, in fact, he was in the last one.
Where's everybody's dad, Carl Chandler? Remember there was an elevator?
Where's Millie Bobby Brown?
Exactly.
Where's she in this?
God damn it. There's a title. I just Googled it and I can't find anything about him but in this movie, but I found a headline from Vulture that says, from 2021, it says, "What the hell is Kyle Chandler doing in Godzilla vs. Kong?"
Great.
What the hell are you doing, Kyle Chandler?
Great question, Vulture. You're asking the hard questions there.
I agree.
Disgraceful that he is in it. This is what a disgrace.
What was he thinking? This next bit of news, Mason, comes from Collider.
Okay. Just before we go on to that, what do you think the plot is here? What's going on? They're going back to Skull Island?
Yeah, and there's going to be some secret things they have to fight.
Like a big orangutan?
Yeah, maybe. But that's probably one of them. One of the secret things. There's also an inside-out world inside the planet or whatever.
Yeah, do we go back to that well, I guess is my question.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Where else would you go? Space.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a good movie, that last one, for what it was.
I should revisit it, I guess.
Because they were like, yeah, we're wrapping this up. And then it did well. It was one of the few ones that went to streaming and movies that somehow made money.
Yeah.
And they went, oh, do people like this? Do you like this? We can do more if you want.
Do you think this one is going to stray more into grounded reality, or do you think it's going to go more into the Mecha Godzilla?
That stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I reckon it might be a bit more grounded.
I think it'll be more kind of Kong Skull Island-y, kind of like more focus on kaijus and weird monsters than sci-fi tech stuff. So in that sense. And then they'll go to space.
Okay, great.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Just like...
There's only enough material to make 2 really, really big spacesuits.
They have to fight the moon. They have to knock the moon out of the sky because it's a kaiju or something.
I like scientist who has to trail off.
I know, so he's leaving the room. Something.
Just put him in the spacesuits.
I'm on break.
Somebody else's job. Yeah, I got 15 minutes.